Hello, hello, hello. Joseph Stasitis, the unretired entrepreneur. When you love what you do, why retire? All right. It's been a while since I've done a video here or a podcast or anything like that. Been busy with a number of different projects over the past several weeks, but I thought I'd hop on here and do a quick video. And I'm going to relate this, well, it's going to be along personal development stuff, but I'm going to relate it to a recent blog post, which I'm going to publish next week. I just wrote it and finished editing it. So I'll probably add this video to the post itself. And other than that, just been busy with, I've got an email newsletter that I'm putting together and structuring and changing things a little bit around on my website. And going to zero in more on the baby boomer niche in terms of health, wealth, and personal growth, and creating a newsletter oriented to that and addressing those issues around that. In any event, most recent post had to do with inspirational poems and how they could be used to heal. I talked about traditional poetry therapy and healing, which is used by many mental health professionals and other people in the healing arts, and to address emotional pain, trauma. And then I get into the essence of what poetry therapy is all about. And then I talk about what I do, which is more of an intuitive approach. In all my work in mental health over the years, as well as business development, I've always used a more eclectic approach to how I addressed issues with my audience, my clients, made it very specific to them. And in intuitive poetry, I use that at times in my coaching and in my counseling work. When we may have a little bit more deeper challenges of bringing the issues to the surface, and intuitive poetry as a way to dig deep within the subconscious and bring that stuff out. And usually, sometimes it's a combination of the person and myself writing poetry at the same time, and then matching up what we wrote and drawing the essence out of that. Uh, Otherwise, it's just speaking to the person on a business related issue or personal issue, defining a question very specifically. For example, how can I gain more customers? How can I increase my client base? In personal issues, how can I increase my communication with my loved one? How can I attract more women or men, whatever the case may be? How can I deal with this upset within my family? So once that's been established as the main need or desire, then I'll write a poem along those lines and keeping the question in mind. The intuitive part of myself brings it out in a poetic form. Don't ask me how it works; it just comes out. And then by reviewing that poem with the client, come up with some options, some solutions, and definitely a direction to go. Depending on how severe the issue is, sometimes we come up with these things right away. Sometimes it takes a few days of sleeping on it, allowing both our intuitive selves to work on it once certain ideas are implanted. So that's the basic way that I go about approaching poetic healing from an intuitive approach, and it just allows things to flow and gets things in motion. Actually, I wrote a book several years ago, a poetry book called "Around Poetry in Motion," and had several poems published. But I never published that book. I might do that in the not too distant future because it's really interesting in terms of personal development and things that go on in one's life. Well, I guess that's it. I just wanted to talk a little bit about this post. If you have any interest in it, click the link on the post once it's published, which will be sometime next week. And other than that, I wish you guys happy holidays wherever you are in the world, as we're right in the midst of holiday season, and all the best in whatever your endeavors are. And I will be back at you in the not too distant future. I'll try not to make it as long before I post another video or do a podcast. Okay, everybody take care and all the best.